Behavior is anything an animal does in response to a stimulus that occurs in its environment. And remember, a stimulus is anything that will cause a response from an organism. Behaviors that are going to allow an organism to survive better than others will allow that organism to produce more offspring. So that means natural selection is going to favor animals that have the best behaviors to allow them to survive better and reproduce more. And behavior is indirectly controlled by our genes. So this is a hot topic in genetics right now, but do know that animal behaviors are controlled by genes indirectly. There are two types of behaviors, innate and learned. Innate behavior is a type of behavior that an organism is born with. So this is inherited from parents, and that's where the genetics comes in. Learned behavior is a behavior that changes with experience. So if you have a bad experience after doing something one way the first time, the second time you're going to change your response. So there are 7 types of innate behaviors. The first is a reflex, and this is an automatic response. So you hit your knee and your leg kicks out. The second is instinct, and this is a little bit more complex than reflex, but it's just an animal's instinct to respond a certain way. Courtship is any mating behaviors. Territoriality is defending an organism's living space. Suckling is an innate behavior that occurs only in mammals, and that's because of nursing. Aggressive behavior is used to intimidate within the species, so intimidate another member for food or living whatever. And then there are some yearly or seasonal innate behaviors. So migration is moving with seasons. Hibernation is a response to extreme cold, and estivation is response to extreme heat. And there are 6 types of learned behavior. The first is habituation, and this is when an organism will get used to a certain stimulus. The second is imprinting, and that's a type of learned behavior in which an organism forms a social attachment early on in life. Trial and error is practice makes perfect type of behavior, where over time an organism will figure out that doing something a certain way was a positive thing. Insight is using previous experiences to respond to new stimulus or stimuli. Conditioning is a trained behavior, so training an organism to respond a certain way. And communication is learning to exchange information between organisms or within a species.